an ultrasound device at that point, a practice, in your practice, an office-based ultrasound device to assess the implant for integrity, for rupture, for contractors?
If such a device existed that could demonstrate that, I would be open to considering that. But right now, I'm not aware of a in-hospital device that can detect that. I haven't sent my patients for a ultrasound before specifically to look for implant rupture. My concern frequently with ultrasound is that it's very operator dependent.
Yeah.
And even for things such as identifying fluid collections or abscesses, the data obtained from ultrasound is helpful, but not necessarily as helpful as I frequently want it to be. Like it's information, but it's not definitive information. So I don't necessarily
So can you give me an example where you said fluid collection? Can you expand a little bit more on that?
Sure. So sometimes people, here's an example. We have, in the world of hernia surgery, I'm not sure how familiar you are with that.
I'm quite familiar,
in the world of
yes.
Okay. People place big sheets of mesh, and then they close up the belly, sometimes including a kind of like a tummy tuck or removal of skin. And so we put drains in, and there's a lot of drains. There's drains inside the belly. There's drains between the mesh and the abdominal wall. There's drains in the subcutaneous tissue. Sometimes people get infections, and when they are admitted to the hospital with cellulitis, ERs, as you may or may not know, they really like to do ultrasound. So frequently they get an ultrasound, and it might show what they describe to be what in real life I describe it to people as a pancake, where it's a fluid collection that's very thin but very broad. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the height of it is not very tall, but it's kind of broad.
It's spread out.
So when people kind of say, oh, there's a 10 by 10 by 1.5 centimeter collection in there representing a abscess or something, people will say, oh, well, this is a fluid collection that needs to be drained. And I say, well, if you actually look at this, this is like just a very thin layer of fluid that's between the two planes of tissue, and you will not be able to drain that. You will not be able to get interventional radiology to get a needle in to drain a so-called fluid collection that looks like a pancake. It's just not going to be feasible. So that's
is it because it's not liquefied yet, or is it because it's too deep, or?
I think it's so thin. That's just kind of a natural result immediately after surgery, that these pancake type of fluid collections, you can't actually stick a needle in so accurately and be able to suck it out.
Sure.
I've never seen, when I ask for it to be done, they're never able to do it. They're not, it's just